Hello everyone, my name is Stephen George and I play video games, and today we have a special treat. We're going to be doing a first 20 of the Miracle Piano Teaching System. This is a MIDI keyboard brought to us by Software Toolworks, the same company that brought us gems like Mario's Early Years and Mario Was Missing. Back in 1990, it would stand to reason that the educational company Software Toolworks would want to do something educational with music. So they created this MIDI keyboard that was available for the PC, the Mac, and the Amiga, but also, interestingly enough, the NES, the Super NES, and the Genesis. So they were actually kind of moving away from just doing computers and also bringing it to consoles. Now, I don't have any of the other Miracle sets, but I believe that the hardware itself is the same across the board. The only thing that really makes it Nintendo is the Nintendo seal on it. Otherwise, it's a pretty standard MIDI keyboard, but the cable in the back goes from MIDI to an NES controller port. I imagine that on the Genesis it's mostly the same, but it goes to a Genesis controller port. Now, these are pretty rare. They're really hard to come by, especially in the box, but my local game store got one in. They let me know that it was in. I came and looked at it, and I was like, all right, I absolutely have to have this. So there was actually a problem with the cable, and they got the cable repaired, so now it actually works. I picked it up, and it's very, very cool. All of the pieces are intact. The box is a little beat up, but I'm still very happy to have the box. It actually comes with a foot pedal, which is a little interesting, especially because it's such a flimsy little thing. I don't actually know how it works, but I assume it does. The manual that came with the thing is incredibly huge. I'm not exactly sure how many pages it is, but it is quite a piece of art. And then there's a bunch of connections, various connections on the back. You have audio out for left and right, you have headphones, and you also have MIDI in and out. So there's probably a lot of other applications for this keyboard. Like I said, it is a standard MIDI keyboard, and you could use it like that. This is a pretty interesting piece to me because music and video games have went hand in hand for a long time, and this is kind of like one of the early stages of that. Obviously, these days we have Guitar Hero, Rock Band, Just Dance, if you want to stretch that. But way back in 1990, this would have been something that was very, very interesting. So, I'm not a piano player by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a guitar player, but I did take a music appreciation course in college. Maybe some of that will come back to me. I'm mostly interested in showing off this really cool piece of gaming history. So without further ado, let's start this sucker up. So we have this in controller port 1, but you also need a controller in controller port 2. So yeah, it's makes this wonderful little fanfare intro. And another interesting fact about this is that it actually only plays this if the keyboard's connected. If it's not connected, it doesn't. And the game doesn't make some of the sounds, because these sounds are actually coming from the keyboard, not the game. In fact, the game makes almost no audio. At one point, it introduces a metronome, and the metronome is coming from the game. But that's it. Pretty much everything else comes from the keyboard itself. So now we're at the selection screen. The game is divided into 36 sections, 36 different ways to learn. And there's also child and adult, but I don't know why you'd go with adult if you're just starting to learn the piano. So I'm going to switch over to child. Also, when you press select, it makes a dog noise. Anyway, so you choose your section. Like I said, there are 36 different sections. We're going to go with section 1. So then we press start. I'm going to do child because this is as beginner as you can possibly get. So, hi, welcome to the Miracle Piano Teaching System. You are looking at the chalkboard. All the lessons are explained on this chalkboard. When you're done reading, you press the A button. You can also press B to go back or select for a list of other things to do. So let's press A. Finding middle C. That's where you got to start when you're playing piano. Before we can play some music, we have to know our way around the keyboard. Put your thumb on the key next to the two black keys right in the middle of your keyboard. This key is the note middle C. Press the A button, then press middle C 4 times with your right thumb. So this is the tutorial screen where they're actually showing you what you need to be doing and giving you instruction. So it actually says right there in front of you, put your thumb right here on middle C, and it's really convenient because it actually shows you on your screen exactly what you're looking at in real life, so you know exactly where to put your thumb. So we're going to put our thumb on middle C, and we press it once, and twice, 3, and 4. That's that. Playing by numbers. Now, let's give each finger a number so we can get them in the right place on the keyboard. So the numbers are 1 thumb, 2 index, 3 middle, 4 ring, and 5 pinky. Play the notes under your fingers from 1 to 5. Press A when you're ready to start. Okay, so now it's going to do the same thing, but we're obviously expanding our skills. So I'm going to go on middle C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We did it! We freaking played the piano! So don't move your hand. Let's try playing a bunch of numbers. Watch the green arrow on the screen. It shows what note you should play. When you play the right note, the arrow will move. Okay, so now we have a huge list of numbers. Now you can look at the bottom if you'd like. You could, look at the bottom keyboard and kind of figure out what you're supposed to be doing. Or, if you're awesome, you can look up at the numbers and figure it out as well. Yeah! Okay. Good! Let's play those notes again. Try to curl your fingers, sort of like you're holding a tennis ball. Use the tips of your fingers to hit each key. Press A to try it. Alright, so we're going to have to do this again. Oh, that's the wrong one. Whoops. I'm learning to play already. Now they're introducing the metronome. Like I said, the metronome is coming from the game itself. We're not actually capturing that audio source, but just imagine what the metronome sounds like. So we have to do it in time to the beat, which is actually bad because I won't be able to hear that thing, but I'm sure it'll be okay. You don't have to play anything, just hit the A button when ready. So I'm just going to look at the... Okay, so that was the demo, but it was also showing me how to do it. You don't really need a sound metronome if they do the countdown, so it should be fine. We have to wait for 4 ticks and then give this a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I did it. Did I do good? That note timing was a little off. Well, I can't hear the metronome, so maybe the metronome's a little more important than I thought it was. I decided to skip to the next lesson. The lack of hearing a metronome is apparently messing me up terribly. So, we're going to Roboman. It says now for a different kind of rhythm practice. Roboman. Here's what you do. Pick one key and play it in time with the metronome. Oh, Jesus. Hit the key when Roboman is under a power plug, then hold it down until he gets to the next plug. Alright. It's going to be okay. Roboman. Dun dun dun. Oh God! Ah! The terrible sounds. Is that supposed to be applause? Also, is Roboman just Rob? Kind of looks like Rob. Anyway, finger practice. The ticks you hear before a piece are called lead beats. Lead beats rhymes with feed beats. Okay, let's practice using all 5 fingers on your right hand. Alright, sure. Oh God. Oh Jesus. Okay, here we go. I think I'm doing it. There is no metronome. Oh God. This practice is starting to show. Okay. I'm actually going to go back to the welcome screen and see what the difference is whenever I choose Adult Section 1, because I actually don't know. It welcomes you again. It says Finding Middle C, which is good. It looks like it's mostly the same at the beginning. Yeah, it seems pretty simple. They, I don't know if they just explain things differently or if they give you a different... Yeah, it all seems mostly the same. Okay, so I'm going to jump up to Section 5 now. I want to see, I guess, how much more difficult it gets. I'll press Start. In this section, you will learn to read notes on the treble staff. Well, that's neat. So you're learning real things. Okay, so that seems familiar. We'll begin without the metronome. The first note is an E, which is under your middle finger. Okay? Wait, which one? Did I do it? Oh, I did it. Hold on, note 3, 3. Oh my god, I freaking played a song. Oh my god, Miracle Piano System, you work. The Musical Mallards. Wait, what's get ducks higher on the wait, what? Duck hunt. There's a duck. Oh Jesus. I'm not what the heck? This is the weirdest thing. No, 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 up. Die, duck, die! Crap, nope. No, duck! Well, that was interesting. There are a few wrong notes. You should try it again. Well, I'm not going to try it again, but I appreciate you taking the time with me. Okay, so you can also listen to the piece, which is interesting. So if you just need to listen to it, we could just choose list. Oh, well, I guess we can't listen to the ducks. Let's jump up to something crazy. Let's jump up to level 30, which I could never take on. But syncopated eighths and time notes, hound dog. Okay, so can we elect to just listen to the piece? No, we can just listen to nice MIDI music. So this is pretty cool. Was this actually effective in teaching someone piano? Quite possibly. I don't see why it wouldn't be. It seems like a really good system. There's actually different things you can do on the piano itself. There's melody, accompany, percussion, bass. There's all these different things which probably are more for the use of when you're actually using it as a MIDI keyboard and not as a interface with the teaching system. Anyway, yeah, a cool piece of gaming history. Very, very hard to find. If you're interested in learning piano, this is probably not the best way to do it in 2014, but still a very interesting way. And I think it would still be effective if someone, like myself, was truly interested in learning piano. I actually think that I'd learn a good bit this way. Anyway, that's it for me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I would show you more stuff on here, but I'm just continually going to run into stuff that's going to be too difficult for me to do. So I hope you will excuse me. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to tune in next week for another exciting episode of Stephen Plays First 20.